Coming out of the film festival South by Southwest, Together is a movie that people I watch, some of my most trusted critics, Cody Leach, said that it was the WTF movie of the year. Instantly goes on my radar right out of South by Southwest. And now it's finally here. Together releases in theaters today. I saw it last night because everybody knows that movies are in theaters a day before their actual release date. But I saw it last night. Today I'm going to give you my review. Before I do, please make sure to subscribe, like button, hit the bell, and comment down below what are your opinions on Together. And if you have not seen it, what are your expectations for it? Would love to know all that and more. Again, I already said this. Very much looking forward to the movie. I love messed up movies. I love horror movies. And I went in completely blind to this. So I was very nervous, but also very excited to see what we were going to get. And I loved the movie. I thought it was great. It's one of the best horror movies of the year so far. And I left the theater saying, holy crap, I was surprised by how much I really did enjoy that. The first hour of the movie, I think, is strictly more setup than the rest of the movie. First, let's say the first 20-25 minutes of the movie sets up how we're going to get to the madness. And then we just kind of go on. You're with the characters, you know, they have the trauma and whatever is going on with them. And you're just kind of exploring that over and over again. And then all of a sudden, you hit a certain point and it goes from 100, like, okay, yeah, this is creepy. I'm still very invested, to 1,000, where it goes, what is happening? Yes, there are sequences. I flat out was like, oh, what's going on? I had to do a little bit of the peaking number a little bit because it was so gross in some individual sequences. Like, there's one sequence in particular that builds up so much tension. I was just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like, squirming in my seat because they do what they want to do. And it just hits a certain point and it's just all that for about 45 minutes, edge of your seat stuff. That was really good. So it delivers on all the body horror, all the horror aspects that you are expecting going into this movie. If you don't like body horror, if you don't like seeing limbs get ripped off and all that, you're not going to like this movie. I like watching that because I'm a sick freak, apparently. I really like this movie, and it delivered on that. And when I say the first hour is a little bit slower, it's not to mean that it's boring, because it's most certainly not boring at all. It is much slower than that ending, but it does supply the proper setup. And I think because of the two leads, Dave Franco, Alison Brie, I think that is a big reason why I was never bored, why I was never uninvested in here. If you don't know, Dave Franco, Alison Brie, they are in a relationship in real life, and I think that's what helped me love their chemistry even more. Their chemistry felt real. They felt like a real couple. One of those couples that you'd say, they'd be a great fit together, because they are together in real life, and they match perfectly. I've seen a lot of people complaining about their character arcs, saying they're a little too basic. Dave Franco, he's a struggling musician. Alison Brie, she's a middle school teacher. Yeah, it's basic, but that doesn't matter because you have the two characters that you do care about, and then you have the messed up body horror stuff happening throughout the entire movie. There's also some sequences in that first hour that are just really intense, have you on the edge of your seat stuff. And then, like I said, with the last 45 minutes, just stuff that makes you squirm in your seat. So it delivers on everything with the horror aspect, with the relationship aspect with these two characters. There is a twist near the end of the movie that is really interesting and expands on the lore of this. I didn't really think we'd get that much lore, but they just gave us just a little bit enough lore to make me be like, okay, so this makes sense. Like, everything that we've been kind of shown and this big twist made sense. And I think I would like to see a Together sequel because of how much we could actually do with that lore. Like, see certain things and expand on what we learned in this movie. So I just thought the twist was really good. The ending, I do think, was a little bit rushed, maybe. I feel like they cut maybe 10 minutes out of the movie. But it was very sweet, honestly. Where, not to spoil it, but it ends off on kind of a sweet note. Yeah, it was like, okay, I thought this was going to happen, and yeah, the movie's wrapping up real quick. But I left it with a smile on my face, because there's a romance aspect. I feel like the romance aspect worked, and it reigned supreme on it, and ended off on a note where I was like, okay, that's a good place to end it off. had a big smile on my face throughout that ending. So I think on all fronts, this movie does really work for me, whether it's a relationship between our two characters, the body horror stuff, which absolutely works for me, gives us a little bit of lore, and ends off on a sweet note. This is just a horror movie that I went to the theater, and I left the theater and said, okay, that was a great movie. I loved that movie, and I am going to highly recommend it to anyone who likes body horror. Now, I'm not going to recommend it to my grandma, or I'm not going to recommend it to my mom who don't like body horror movies, but if you were looking forward to this movie, you are going to get every single thing you wanted from this movie, because I got every single thing I wanted from this movie. Together is a big win. Before I give you my final score, please make sure to subscribe, like button, hit the bell, and comment down below what are your opinions on Together if you have seen it. And if you haven't seen it, what are your expectations for it? And today I'm uploading 2 videos because I live streamed yesterday and everybody wants me to see Happy Gilmore 2. So right after I put this video out, I'm going to go watch Happy Gilmore 2. Thanks, guys. I was planning on not watching the movie. So stay tuned for Happy Gilmore 2 review. Together hit me on all fronts. The relationship works. The body horror and horror stuff is just great in here. It gives us a little bit enough lore and wraps up perfectly. I think this is a really great movie. I highly am going to recommend it to all of the horror fans out there. But if you don't like horror, obviously don't watch the movie. But you're not going to be probably watching this review if you're not a horror fan. Highly recommend giving Together an A. It's a Neon movie. Apparently the next Neon movie is Chris Stuckman's movie, Shelby Oaks. So I'm still very excited for that. So Neon, yet again, makes another great horror film that I highly recommend. Stay tuned for the Happy Gilmore 2 review later today. And with that said, subscribe.